I definitely repressed it. It felt very shameful, and growing up in this culture where, you know, the only representation I had of lesbians was either very negative or just nothing at all.
As of 2018, public universities in the state of Florida have changed their policy on free speech, but not in the way you might think.
So what the state of Florida did is adopted a couple of years ago a statute that says public universities are not allowed to have zones for free speech. Presumptively, everything is open for free speech. Obviously, as long as it doesn't interfere with the educational atmosphere going on inside the classroom.
It's not all about your ASS. You're trying to get a master's in oral sex. I know you've had 5 to 10 penises in your mouth this semester already, 20. But you cannot major in oral sex.
These are communities that are being attacked by these hateful messages, and you're going there and treating it as a sort of joke.
I was a journalism major.
Since we have this individualistic culture that's so embedded with white supremacy and Christianity and things like that, that contribute to that sort of homophobia and lack of understanding of LGBTQ people, I think it's super easy for people who are either still in the closet or just don't even think about the fact whether they could be part of that community or not, are especially vulnerable to that. Like, you know, realizing that people who are lesbians or gay or bisexual or trans are good people and they don't have these intentions that they spread of being harmful or being a threat to people, then I would say they could definitely start feeling as though they relate to those experiences and start agreeing with people like Sister Cindy.
Well, all right. Well, all right.
The First Amendment doesn't protect fighting words. The First Amendment doesn't protect incitement to violence. The First Amendment doesn't protect true threats of violence. So, assuming that your speech, a student's speech, does not fall into an unprotected category, then that student has that right to engage in that speech pretty much anywhere outside, you know, on campus.
When reaching out to other public universities, it seems not everybody is on the same page with this relatively new law. With all areas being recognized as free speech zones, a lack of police presence at these demonstrations have emerged safety concerns. The University of Florida Police Department would not give comment on the matter.
If you knew that someone was going to be talking about things that are potential triggers for you, you could avoid those designated spaces. Now, you could be confronted about something without warning anywhere each time you go to campus. People don't really have the right to leave. You are still a student at the University of Florida who is exposed to other students at the University of Florida who are exposed to that event. So it really trickles down back to you.
Sister Cindy, and even I remember Dennis, like he would come on campus and just harass people verbally, and while he's technically kicked off of campus now, it just makes me wonder, like, who does that invite? Does that invite Nazis? Does that invite people like who are like Sister Cindy in their background and ideology, but are more willing to actually do some violence? Like, I know you're not allowed to have certain weapons on campus, but what's gonna stop them?